The Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary just got even more exciting. Nintendo could be just around the corner to announcing something fantastic. Right now, we know so much about the 40th anniversary, and it's actually crazy. You know that we're going to be getting a Zelda 40th anniversary controller and also a console. But there's something that hasn't been told. There's something behind the scenes that are leaving unknown. So if we were to take a look at this right here, you can clearly tell that there is going to be a controller. We already knew about this, but there's a black screen that is blocked up. He goes on to say that there's going to be the controller, the console, and something he cannot yet reveal. Now, what exactly does this mean? Because if you can't reveal it, maybe Nintendo is really keeping an eye out on this, because they didn't want you to leak this and they're keeping a close attention. If you leak something else, you're getting fired. You're getting out of here, because if you don't know where this leak originally originated from, it seems like an actual Nintendo employee. And if he's the only one working closely, it might draw too much attention to reveal this. But what exactly could he be working on? What exactly could this black square be? Well, to be honest, if we were going to take a look at it for a couple seconds, I could see potentially 5 different things that it could originally be. First off, it could just be drawing attention to himself. Second off, it could be the game, however, just like the Nintendo Switch box or whatever with the cartridge. Another thing that I could definitely see is potentially something to do as a collector's item. That right there would definitely be really fantastic. So with Ocarina of Time, it could be like a statue with potentially a gold cartridge or something like that to represent Ocarina of Time. Then another thing that you can look at is potentially something else for Nintendo Switch. We've been talking a lot about Switch 2, but not a lot about Nintendo Switch. So potentially Nintendo is actually going to be doing something for Switch. Now I can honestly see 2 Switch games. One of them being the double pack for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. That could still happen. But the other one being something for a 2D Legend of Zelda game. Because if you were to take a look at what we know so far about the 40th anniversary logo, the console, and the controller, you'll realize a lot of things in common. This could just easily be just to celebrate the 40th anniversary, but to me it's definitely really interesting. So if we were to take a look at this controller, you'll realize that you can see a sort of link, sort of like the old Link that shoots the sword on the back of the controller. So potentially Nintendo is going to be looking into this and maybe remaking or remastering this game as well. Because it's the 40th anniversary, wouldn't it make sense to just take this game, hey, here's another team, some team is going to be working on Ocarina of Time, the other team is going to be working on this Zelda game, and it's going to be like a fully remastered version just to celebrate that 40th anniversary. Or I guess you could count this as the sixth version that you could see as potentially a Link Between Worlds. That's a game that's been getting so many rumors, and I honestly think that yes, this could definitely very well happen. It would be absolutely fantastic to see. You can even see all of these different markings on the controller because someone did an actual like 3D render of the controller, which you can see the front of it, which is definitely really cool. That's not inside the box. Overall, all these things aside, definitely make for a really fantastic anniversary. I can't wait to see what in the world is going to be going on, because wowzers, if the console says anything, it's not just going to be Ocarina of Time and you're done. Because they could have easily, and I mean easily, just made a Ocarina of Time console. That's it, put a little 40th anniversary logo on it and call it a day. But they wanted to do something much more, way beyond anyone could have originally thought. So now, if you pick up this 40th anniversary console, you got a 40th anniversary console forever, and it's probably going to lie in a Zelda history or Nintendo history forever. Like, honestly, it definitely looks really, really fantastic. So this blank space could just be an indicator of maybe someone wanting attention, but I definitely think it could be much more. Like the collector's edition for Ocarina of Time would be cool, or a collector's edition for Zelda as a whole, where you see a figurine of the original Legend of Zelda. Kind of like if you were going to look at the Zelda 35 anniversary amiibo, where it was like the blocky Link. potentially they're going to make a big statue of that and release our own Legend of Zelda with that. Maybe this guy is working very closely on this game, and this is exactly why you can't see anything, because yeah. Also, may I tell you that it's the year of the remasters, so I wouldn't put it past them to put 2 Zelda remasters out there. One of them being a full ground up remake, which is Ocarina of Time, and the other one being some sort of just remaster, maybe a remake, because this game wasn't actually that big to begin with. Also, it was the first open world game, so who knows what's going to be going on here. It could just be something for Switch Online. We don't really know anything right now until Nintendo officially announces it. Like, the Nintendo. You better start announcing things quickly, because Nintendo fans are getting sort of impatient with this Zelda waiting. Now, when exactly could we be seeing all of this get revealed? Well, seeing as August has about 2 weeks left, we could potentially see it then. Or it's going to move into September to follow along Mario's anniversary. If you looked what happened in Mario's anniversary, potentially we can put some pointers here. We got one big brand new game, and then we got a Mario Galaxy 1+2 thing. So that technically could be something to do with an older game just getting a remaster, and Ocarina of Time could be that big brand new game, because Mario Tennis was essentially that big brand new game. And then we'll jump into the movie. Essentially, this year is pretty much identical to what we seen last year, because all of these things make sense. If you look at it, I could easily see them announce, okay, so they're going to start off the presentation with, I believe they started off with the movie, and then they're going to move over to like Mario Galaxy, but in this case around, they're going to start off with the Zelda movie, and then they're going to show off Ocarina of Time, who knows. And then we could see something else, like we have another thing to show you, and this could be Wind Waker Twilight Princess. This could be A Link Between Worlds. This could be the original Legend of Zelda game. Who knows what they're going to be doing on. And then they could show an amiibo for those things, which would definitely be really fantastic. Ocarina of Time could even be seeing a amiibo, even though we already have amiibo. But this could be different Link amiibo, since we already have like 45 different Links. But anyways, all of those things definitely would point into a perfect direction in my opinion. And it just would be so amazing to see the Legend of Zelda be great to its full potential. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that the Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary is going to be big and strong, or not big and strong whatsoever? Do you think this blank square that some random Twitter post has put out is actually true? Or did he get the information from someone else, just put the blank square, called it a day? I mean, it could be something big. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider hit that like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do have a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Consider hit that like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. Our goal is trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of September. Anyways, thank you so much. See you in the next one.